Jai Sriman Narayan. Jai Sriman Narayan. I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagat Guru Sudarshan Acharyaji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi. And I pay my obeisances to Lord Sriman Narayan. I welcome to the Sri Narayan Dham, Lord Sri Krishna, Radharani, the Gopis and Gopas, the Devis and Devtas, all that took part in the Krishna Leela 5,000 years ago. I welcome those that are physically present here at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa, and I welcome those that are watching this discourse and program through its live transmission locally, nationally, and internationally. And I welcome those in advance that will be watching this broadcast and discourse when it is subsequently posted in the various groups from around the world. Last year, on this day, I was celebrating Sri Krishna Janmashtami in Hyderabad, South India. I was a guest at the Jiva campus, headed by Chinna Jayar Swami, who is a guru of global status. And I was humbled and honored to have been treated like a king from the time I reached the airport and until I left his ashram. He not only treated me like a king, he interrupted his morning session with his devotees to give me a roadmap of Lord Sri Ramanuj's tour of South India. It was on this day that he mentioned on an international platform that I did not know how I got there. He did not know how I got there, and it was only the doings of Lord Sri Krishna. For my destination was Sri Siddhartha Ashram in New Delhi, North India. And this is the power of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When He wants you somewhere, and when He wants something done by you, then He manipulates. And the word impossible is not part of His dictionary. And in that same consciousness, we have brought His message since 2013 to South Africa. And the word impossible also does not exist in the dictionary of the Acharya Shyam Ramanuj Foundation, nor the Sri Narayan Dham. Coming back, it is common knowledge that there are various saints and sages in Sanatan Dharma that promulgate or seemingly promulgate the Vedas. And when one looks from the top, then they reign chaos. And in Sanatan Dharma, it is perceived that there are many gods and many ways to worship Him. And in this misconception, those that supposed to be leading Sanatan Dharma by the very birth in Sanatan Dharma is going in the opposite direction. And from time to time, certain gurus take their birth on this earth to realign that confusion. 1,000 years ago, Lord Sriman Narayan, in his form as Sankarsana, took his birth as Lord Sri Ramanuj and realigned this confusion. And subsequent to him leaving his material body, today in the year 2019, this confusion has grown like a cancer and spread around the followers of Sanatan Dharma, again reigning confusion. And it is the mission of the Sri Narayan Dham here in Durban, South Africa, to again bring back the pure teachings of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and realign and diffuse, remove, obliterate all confusion that exists in the mind of those that are born in Sanatan Dharma and those that have been instilled into the minds of those that are not born in Sanatan Dharma. So, in this Sri Krishna Janmashtami, in a world first, we are celebrating the Sri Krishna Janmashtami by stating that Lord Sri Krishna is none other than Lord Sriman Narayan. And that Lord Sriman Narayan is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We, throughout this week, whose phone is ringing? Lord Krishna on the line? So we start by reading verse number 1 of the Gitartha Sangraha of Sri Ramanuj Manuj Acharya, the Guru of Lord Sri Ramanuja. And number 1, he states, in the scripture known as the Bhagavad Gita, Narayana, the Supreme Brahman, is declared. He is attainable by bhakti alone, which is to be brought about by the observance of one's own dharma, acquisition of knowledge, and renunciation of attachment. So this work was written about 1,200 years ago. This verse that I read was written about 1,200 years ago when chaos was reigning in India and in the minds of those that were born in Sanatan Dharma. And the same chaos again reigns today. People do not understand the hierarchy of God, His attendants and His administrators. And what a better day than today to set this in its correct perspective. No use in celebrating Sri Krishna Janmashtami, dancing, singing, if you do not know who Lord Krishna is. If you do not know what the spiritual hierarchy is, and if you do not know the absolute truth. So, it is common knowledge that those born in Sanatan Dharma love sopis. It is common knowledge that those born in Sanatan Dharma love sopis. And you don't want to learn the absolute truth, because learning the absolute truth, it's like a doctor prescribing bitter medicine to you. It's like a doctor prescribing bitter medicine. But what is the effect of the bitter medicine?
Cleanses you.
It fixes up your health. The medicine is bitter. It does not fix up the doctor's health. Whose health does it fix?
Ours.
Your health. Similarly, when the Guru wants to speak the absolute truth, then it is like a bitter pill to swallow. You rather hear a soapy. So I have decided from my very first preaching, I'm not going to be a storyteller guru. You all heard of the storyteller MC? You can hire him in your functions. Unfortunately, I'm not a storyteller guru. My background is military and law. My background is military and law. So I will be more expounding the Vedic injunctions, which is spiritual law, rather than telling you how Lord Sri Krishna sang with the gopis in the forest. Because what's the use knowing of the singing when you don't know the reality? Do you understand? So I am a spiritual guru, and I am a mechanic of your mind. I am a mechanic of your mind. You are like a computer that has a virus called ignorance. And I'm the technician, and my job is to remove the ignorance from your mind, provided you bring your computer to my workshop. Some people are bringing their computer after a very, very long time to be serviced. Alright? I don't know whether it has virus after the last service, but the Guru Computer Technician Service likes you to bring your computer regularly. Regularly for a virus scan. For a virus scan. Because you know how these viruses enter the computer. I'm talking about computer literate people. By association. By transacting an association on the outside through another computer. When two computers meet up, there is a transmission of information and virus. And that virus eats up the original information in the computer. And the original information in the computer is knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So when this virus attack this knowledge, God invented a technician called the
Guru.
Guru. And gurus, under the instruction of God, repairs the computers that belong to God and used by your soul. Computers belong to and used by your soul. And your soul is the power supply that gives life to the computer. So coming back, God created a system called Sri Vaishnavism. God created a system called Sri Vaishnavism, and God's name is
Lord Sriman Narayan.
Lord Sriman Narayan. And Narayan means
Purpose of
the source and goal of all living
entities.
So don't you think that should be the name of God? Source and goal of all living entities. So Lord Sriman Narayan is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and He created a system called Sri Vaishnavism through which you can get reconnected to Him. Through which you can get reconnected to Him. And timelessly, we lose connection with the Supreme Personality of Godhead due to our own ignorance and influenced by the ignorance of others. And then these technicians take their birth on earth and bring the absolute truth back in its perspective. And I've been doing this as I promised throughout this week of the Sri Krishna Janma Ashtami. And I'm going to conclude today because I believe there'll be dancing. I believe there'll be dancing. Oh, Tivashni is dancing. Okay. You dance in Tivashni? Yeah, must dance. Everyone is going to dance. It's a Lord's birthday. For every other stupid thing you dance, don't you? It's your Creator's birthday today. And you should be dancing. Please do not scratch my floors. The man in charge of these floors is sitting here today. You see why? Advise them how to dance on these floors. Okay? So I want to conclude this discourse early, but I want to conclude it in style. And my style is, what are they?
Military.
Legal.
Legal.
Alright? So all that I have stated, I want to conclude it by the word of God Himself. And I made a very, very bold statement on day 1 of Sri Krishna Janma Ashtami, and I said, Lord Sri Krishna is a Sri Vaishnavite. Did I say that? I said, Lord Sri Krishna is a Sri Vaishnavite, and the philosophy he speaks 5,000 years ago is Vishishtadvaita. And I have to now prove this, because a guru cannot give an opinion. Unlike you, who have a freedom. Gurus do not have any freedom of speech. Gurus do not have any freedom of, I'm talking about the genuine gurus. Alright? Other gurus lead you astray, then the genuine gurus have to put a dog collar on your neck and bring you back. And whilst bringing you back and patting you on your head, some of you have become very, very vicious dogs. And timeously you'll bite the guru. You'll try to harm the guru. But the guru is only trying to bring you back
Home.
home. Okay? And I've had all types of dogs. I've had all types of dogs. Rishi? Guru had all types of dogs, honestly. I'm trying to think of their names. German shepherds, pit bulls, Rottweilers. And they said a dog is man's best friend. And those dogs pretended to be the Guru's best friend. Then they turned around and they tried to bite the Guru. Alright? And all the Guru is trying to put the collar on you and bring you back. And this is a special collar. It got
Electric shock.
No. It removes all the ticks and fleas from you. Are there any questions up at this point? Anyone on the live feed?
No.
Okay. So as I go along with my discourse, to all of you that's listening here locally, physically at this satsang, and those of you that's listening internationally, I'm inviting you to question my discourses. And I am prepared to sit with you, no matter how long it takes, to reinforce that which I am stating. So I'm inviting the world, the international world at large, to get interactive, because this is why we have discourses. And when you get interactive, do it in a submissive manner. And if you get interactive in a submissive manner would mean, Guru, you said 5 things, and I learned 5 things from my Guru, which is in contradiction with what you have stated. Please explain yourself, and I will. But if you're going to interact in a militant manner, then I won't even view your request. Okay? So we have to do this on a platform of divinity, and I'm inviting again. I'm also stating that what I am stating is not debatable. Sugeshan, why you think I am making this condition? Because it's an absolute truth. And if I allow the absolute truth to be debatable, then I'm losing the value of the word absolute. So whatever I'm stating is not debatable, but I can make you understand that which you don't. So God incarnates to remove confusion from man, to annihilate the demons, and to protect the devotees, and to set up religious principles. And the information regarding God can be found in an encyclopedia called the Vedas. And the Vedas are supplemented by other encyclopedias called Itihasas and Puranas. And from the Puranas, the Sri Sampradaya uses 6 Puranas, which is spoken by Lord Brahma when his mind is in Satagun. And one of the Puranas that I'm going to quote from is spoken by Lord Sri Brahma when he was in Satagun. It was translated by Swami Prabhupada and his disciples. And I'm using his translation of the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is also known as the Bhagavad Purana, which is an authority as per Vedic injunctions. And he is in a conversation with one of his devotees. Who is in a conversation? Who? Lord Sri Krishna. Lord Sri Krishna is in a conversation with one of his devotees. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 27, Text 1. Sri Uddhava said, I'm quoting, "My dear Lord, O Master of the devotees, please explain to me the prescribed method of worshipping you in your deity form. What are the qualifications of those devotees who worship the deity? On what basis is such worship established? And what is the specific method of worship?" Who is asking the question? And who is answering the question? Who is answering this question? Lord Sri Krishna, in text 41, of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 27. And Lord Sri Krishna states as follows: "The intelligent devotee should meditate upon that form of the Lord whose color is like molten gold, whose 4 arms are resplendent with the conch shell, disc, club, and lotus flower. Look on either side of me. Those 2 huge blue banners. Can you see? On my right, blue banner. On my left, blue banner. Can you see the blue banner? Now, this is who speaking? Lord Sri Krishna. And whom is he saying that you should meditate upon? Can you see the blue banners? Lord Narayan. Now watch how he describes and see if the description fits Lord Narayan. The intelligent devotee should meditate upon that form of the Lord whose color is like molten gold. Is his color molten gold? Is it? Whose 4 arms are resplendent with Can you see 4 arms? All of you what seen 4 arms? Can you see a conch shell, disc, club, and lotus flower? You saw all of that. And who is always peaceful and dressed in a garment colored like the filaments within a lotus flower. His helmet, bracelets, belt, and fine arm ornaments shine brilliantly. The symbol of Srivasta is on his chest, along with the glowing Kaustuba gem and a garland of forest flowers. The devotee should then worship that Lord by taking the pieces of firewood soaked in the sacrificial ghee and throwing them into the fire. He should perform the ritual of agraha, presenting into the fire the various items of oblations drenched in ghee. He should then offer to 16 Devis and Devtas, beginning with Yamraja, the oblation called Svisti Kirt, reciting the basic mantras of each deity and the 16-line Purusa Sukta hymn. Pouring one oblation after each line of the Purusa Sukta, he should utter the particular mantra naming each deity. Whose instruction is this? Lord Sri, who is he asking you to worship? Lord Sriman Narayan. Once again, he should offer the deity, and Lord Sri Krishna is continuing. In text 43. Okay? I read to you text 41. I'm reading to you now text 42. Having thus worshipped the Lord in the sacrificial fire, the devotee should offer his obeisances to the Lord's personal associates by bowing down and should then present offerings to them. He should then chant quietly the Mula mantra of the deity of the Lord, remembering the absolute truth as the Supreme Personality, Lord Narayan. Who is saying this? So which is the Mula mantra?
Om Namo Narayan.
Which is the Mula mantra? And how you should recite this mantra? Oh, quietly. And for the past 6 years, how have I been reciting this mantra? Loudly. I disobeyed the instructions of Lord Sri Krishna because I wanted to draw the attention of the world that Lord Sriman Narayan is the Supreme Personality of, and you think I have drawn the attention of the world? Yes, in the last 6 years, the entire world is now gravitating to worshipping Lord Sriman Narayan. And you think I care for whatever punishments that I am going to get? Because sometimes I have to break a certain amount of rules to get my message, provided it's for the greater good. Okay? And then text 43, once again he should offer the deity water for washing his mouth, and he should give the remnants of the Lord's food to Visvaksena. Then he should present the deity with the fragrant perfume for the mouth and the prepared betel nut. Okay? Who is Visvaksena? Sugeshan. He is the commander-in-chief of Lord Sriman Narayan, and in the Sri Sampradaya, number 1 is Lord Narayan, number 2 is Mother
Lakshmi.
And number 3 is Vikvaksena. Sena. So in the Sri Sampradaya, we do not worship Lord Ganesha. In his place, we worship Vigvak Sena on that day. Do you understand? And only this is only in the protocol of the Sri Sampradaya. And if Lord Sri Krishna is asking you to worship Vigvak Sena, then what he is reinforcing? Which philosophy? Vishish? So Lord Sri Krishna is the expounder of suggestion, Vishishtadvaita. All of you understand? Have I proven it? I did. From the Vedas. In this day and age, suggestion, when a guru is proving the Vedas, you don't have to buy a ticket. 12,000 Rand now, Emirates, and about 7 or 8,000 Rand, the other airlines, and go all the way to Nepal, climb the Himalaya mountains, find one man with a beard like this, torn and tattered clothes, and verify Canto 11. Alright? You just whoop your hand in your pocket, pull out the cell phone, go to Google, but I also invented yesterday Gurugal. Right? Yesterday's invention was Gurugal. But if you want to verify what I have stated, you go to Google, write the Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 11, verse 27, text 1, text 42, 43 and 44, and see what the Guru read. Whether he blindsided you or whether he really read. Because there are some Gurus who write the truth and expound lies. There are some Gurus who write the truth and expound lies. So you have validation at your fingertips. Ruki, what type of screen you got? Touch screen or the old buttons? Modern. See the word? How modern Ruki got? Touch screen. How long you think it will take you to type out what I said on Google and verify what I am stating? 2 minutes? You see, Ruki has a lot of smiles on the WhatsApp. She can make sad face, happy face, thumbs up, and I was shocked. I can only answer my phone green, and if you're talking too much, red. Alright? So please, I invite you, we want to make this interactive. Satsang must be a relationship between me and you. I give you information. If you do not like the information, you must tell me. Acharyaji, I do not like the information that you have given me because information instilled by my granny, by my great-great-granny and my great-great-great-granny is contradicting the information that you have given. And then I'll explain to you that which information is relevant and which information is not relevant for your benefit. For your benefit. And let us together, if I am the general in Sanatan Dharma, then become the soldiers of Sanatan Dharma. God gave you this birth in Sanatan Dharma to make sure people don't wear a suit on a Sunday and carry one book with black covers. So if you are confused, don't run into a suit and a black book. We have enough books with many colors. Green cover, blue cover, Look at how many books we have. Why you want to leave so many books and run for one book? If you are confused, ask the Guru. And when you ask the Guru, those that ran away into those books will come back to these books. Because these are the only comprehensive books on the absolute truth. On the absolute truth. They have taken one page. They have taken one page and they are calling their page the absolute truth. In our books it is merely a page. So we have to make sure, because even in India, these black book carriers, they are stealing our children born in Sanatan Dharma. If God wanted you to be born in the black book family, then you would have been born there, isn't it? Am I right or wrong? You're born here, so you must become soldiers of Sanatan Dharma. All of you. When you go home today, say, Lord Sri Krishna, I came for your birthday. I thought there'll be dancing, singing, wine, brandy, whiskey. But all I got was, I must join the army. Okay? Yes, I think if you join Lord Sri Krishna in the mission of salvaging souls that are immersed in this mundane world, then that will be the greatest gift you can give Lord Sriman Narayan. Don't you think? All of you, don't you think? Alright, so after the satsang, come and see me for your sizes, uniform sizes, boots, arms, machine guns, artillery, alright? And become soldiers of Sanatan Dharma. Are there any questions up to this point?
Sorry, can you explain again how Lord Krishna is expounding Vishishtadvaita, please?
To whom? To you?
Yeah.
Okay. Vishishtadvaita is number 3 in line with the Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, the Sri Ramanuj Sampradaya. Number 1 is Lord Sriman Narayan, number 2 is Mother Lakshmi, and number 3 is Vishishtadvaita. And Lord Sri Krishna is saying, you must worship Vishishtadvaita. Lord Narayan is saying, you must worship Vishishtadvaita. Whose philosophy does Vishishtadvaita belong in? The Vishishtadvaita philosophy only.
Okay.
So if God is asking you to worship an entity that only belongs in the Vishishtadvaita philosophy, then what is Lord Sri Krishna expounding?
Vishishtadvaita.
Vishishtadvaita. One more time, Hemta, or
No, it's okay.
sinking in?
Yeah.
Alright, any more questions? Any questions? So we want, all of us should make some resolution here today. Would God. Those of you who do not understand, you should resolve to attend more satsangs, because you can only understand in satsang. And this satsang belongs to the Sri Sampradaya. The Sri Sampradaya is the University of Spiritual Knowledge. And attached to the Sri Sampradaya are 4 other Sampradayas, the Brahma Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya and Kumara Sampradayas. These are the 4 authentic bona fide universities wherein you can learn spiritual knowledge. So you should make a resolve that Lord Sri Krishna, you came down on this earth 5,000 years ago. Today is your birthday, and I make a resolution that I want to learn more about what you came down to teach. I am tired of offering fruits, milk, Anything else you offer? Jalebis, gulab jamun. I come and offer these to you, and I'm doing it for years and years and years. You haven't eaten anything I've offered. Now I want to understand why. I want to understand why. Because Lord Sri Krishna says, to understand God, you must come through a guru. So bring your fruits, bring your milk, bring your jalebi and feed the guru. And when you feed the guru, through the mouth of the guru, Lord Sri Krishna tastes your food. And that is a Vedic injunction. So you have no license or authority to go feed Lord Sri Krishna directly. Alright? Then you must also make a resolve. I fast, I pray, I do mantras, hundreds of thousands of halwa puri in my life, tiklis, raw tons and tons of raw for Hanuman Jayanti. Lord Sri Krishna, why haven't you heard me? And then Lord Sri Krishna is telling you today, every phone call you made to me, I know, because I live in your soul. You did not use SIM card. No SIM card. You dial my number. You talk and talk and talk. I cannot talk back to you. And the SIM card is?
The Guru.
The Guru. You can only get God through the Guru. So please make it a resolution to find not this Guru particularly, but any bona fide Guru that belongs to the Sri Sampradaya, and then connect yourself to the Guru. And what will happen, Rishi Bhai? What will happen? Tell the people on Lord Sri Krishna's birthday, what will happen?
Miracles.
Miracles. How long you would ask, Rishi Bhai?
About 6 to 7 weeks.
6 to?
7 weeks.
And have your life changed?
Tremendously.
After you got the SIM card?
Yes.
Alright. Rishi Bhai?
Yes.
You was also offering fruits and milk,
True.
going round and round trees a few Saturdays in a year.
Yeah. 9 Saturdays.
9 Saturdays. You tried some strings around trees.
No, that the woman do.
Oh, okay. Alright. There's Rishi Bhai. After trying every trick in the book, he came and took a SIM card called the Guru. And 6 weeks, only in 6 weeks, his life has changed drastically. And this is his own testimony. Okay? So on this day, and this is an instruction from Lord Sri Krishna, chapter 4, verse 34, wherein he states, just try to learn the truth by surrendering submissively to a bona fide spiritual master, for he has realized the truth. Chapter 4, verse 38, only transcendental knowledge can burn to ashes the mire of karma that you are carrying from all your lives. So you are born programmed to suffer and enjoy. You are born programmed to suffer and enjoy. This is the fundamental substratum of Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan Dharma is based on karma and Karma and rebirth. Karma and rebirth. You write your karma in this life for next life, and you are born with that destiny in your next life. And this transcendental knowledge, is Lord Sri Krishna calling? Okay. When you hear transcendental knowledge from a guru, it burns your karma to ashes, and your life is now reprogrammed. Not as per destiny, but as per divinity. Not as per destiny, but as per divinity. And Rishi is a proof, everyone here is a proof, who old devotees, and some new ones. Okay? So the guru system is absolute. Forget camphor, clove, monkey balls, lime. Anything else I forgot?
9 Saturday class.
Okay.
Ashes.
Ashes, okay.
Putting salt.
Forget.
Salt is a rubber.
Forget all that. Forget. It hasn't worked. And it will never, because it is not found. And if anything is not here, is not true. This is a bitter pill too, but it is the absolute truth. And I want you to experience this truth yourself. In all these temples where they do these things, go and video those temples. Go and then go to the ashrams of gurus and video the ashrams of gurus and see the type of people that enters the guru's ashram, and see the type of temples or people that enter this type of temples. And what will you see? Do you understand? To follow a guru, you become king or queen. To follow a guru, you become king or queen. And those of you and the thousands that have passed through my own hands can all or have all verified already. Okay? And take this as a grace of Lord Sri Krishna and change that which is not working for you. Are there any questions? Any questions?
Got a question I wanted to know for a very long time. Why does Lord Sri Krishna look like Lord Narayan?
I don't understand that question.
Why does he look the same but without the two hands?
Okay. When Lord Narayan takes his birth in human society, and if he moves around with 4 hands, how will he be accepted?
He won't be accepted.
So, Lord Narayan withdraws his 2 hands and it becomes Krishna. Simply, Lord Narayan withdraws his 2 hands and he becomes Krishna. And when he leaves this material universe, his 2 hands are activated again and he becomes Lord Narayan. Jai Sriman Narayan.
Jai Sriman Narayan.